Here it goes.
Okay. Yay.
Yay!
Okay, hi, welcome stream. We're going to be playing the Midnight Station tonight.
Because it's spooky month!
Because it's spooky
Here it goes.
and I haven't streamed in a while because of both work and IGG. Oops. And but I've been really wanting to stream because, hey, October. So hopefully my desktop will cooperate this time instead of the Twitpocalypse that happened last time.
Oh, that was sure a thing.
That really was a thing. Okay, so they did recommend that we read the README, the manual, before we start. But first, I'm going to see if I can't get the opening to play again.
Oh boy. Just gonna quietly tab out for a moment then.
I might have to restart the game itself. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I think that's right. Contains flashing images which may potentially trigger seizures. Viewer discretion is advised. Humanity has never been very good with perspectives, whether through war or greed. Their actions often reflected their... it's too fast. Only within the last seconds of their existence that humanity began to truly understand the error of their ways.
Oh my god.
And in that cataclysmic wave of destruction which ripped through the flesh of every man, woman, and child, did the universe raise a weary eye to the earth before all life ceased to be. But in that unending cosmos, one figure rose more than a glare to the human race, and in their final hours committed them to his private collection. A mass of souls compressed and crushed into a form unrecognizable to themselves, their voices and screams echoing internally within one massive superconscious form, humanity. Left to wander through the surreal corridors of the architecture, humanity is doomed to an endless existence within the private collection of the architect and his dimensional misfits. But all is not as it seems in this place, and all is not well within the walls of the architecture. As the world slowly begins to crumble, the denizens scurry in a dazed panic, searching for an exit. There is only one known route out and into the architecture, and it is locked to all who dare to escape. Will this last forever? Will you escape through the Midnight Station? Okay, so that's the setup for this game.
It sure is a setup.
Obviously this is very surreal. So let's see. For our manual here, on behalf of the architect, thank you for your download of the Midnight Station. We would like to welcome you to our strangest dreams, our happiest nightmares, and a world of pure surrealism. Do not fret. Once you have accepted your fate, it's not so bad wandering these corridors and passageways for time immemorial. There's plenty of company, all handpicked by the architect himself. Whether or not they are hostile remains for you to discover. We welcome you to the architecture and without further grandeur encourage you to enter the Midnight Station. Okay, so move with WASD. B is confirm inventory equip item. B is cancel. F4 is, okay, blah blah. Left or right click is fire left or right weapon. Okay. One must defend themselves, and what better way than a weapon? Equip up to 2 weapons of your choice, and pray that you might survive. So monitoring your status. Experiences. For every atrocity you commit within these walls, you shall be rewarded experiences. But be warned, should you perish, your experiences will be halved and left to rot until reclaimed. Should you not reclaim them, they will be lost forever. Take these experiences carefully to the point of safety, so that you may use them to improve your very being. Experiences may also be traded for weapons, armors, and artifacts. Okay? Guilt. Everyone has guilt. The less of what one has, the better. Lifting guilt off of one's shoulders will allow one not to be crushed underneath it. Purpose. This handles the amount of maximum harm you can inflict upon other creatures. Should your minimum harm exceed your maximum, they will be reversed. What? Excuse me? Clarity. This handles the amount of minimum harm you can inflict upon other creatures. Should your minimum harm exceed your maximum, they will be reversed. It means instead you inflict harm on yourself? Imagery. Oh, they will be reversed as in, like, then it becomes your minimum harm? Or so, I don't even know. Imagery. This handles the rate upon which you can use your weapons. The higher the imagery, the faster your rate of slaughter shall become. Hold on. Instead of being on this, I'm just gonna start a new game here. Okay. Alright, so I vaguely remember this from stream. That's some good music, though. Oh boy, this really does feel like old school video gamey. Look at this stuff.
Oh my god.
The way the mouse flickers.
Oh my god.
This is pretty great.
This is pretty fabulous.
Toilet break. Oh, okay, this shimmery guy is our save menu.
Oh man.
Game saved.
Spooky.
Okay, so this is all of our... We have, like, nothing. Okay, I guess, oops. Yeah, there's no real way to, like, I guess you just run into things in order to interact with them. There's no real, like, check out button. Okay, this is my chute. It's very slow right now.
You barf pixels at you, I guess.
Oh, what's this? Oh, Kugla, it says. Oh, another person walking the corridors and walkways of this place. Are you new here? Are you new to this midnight station? I have not seen you before in these parts. Not that I get around, of course. I'm a brain in a jar. Oh boy, there's lots of things I can ask this person about. Ask about this place. Everyone and everything comes here, but no one leaves. This is the Midnight Station, the entrance to this architecture. Anything the architect finds curious, he takes and stores here for his own private collection. What else up? I've heard about you and your unfortunate circumstance, and I am afraid there's little I can do to help. In the final hours of humanity, the architect saw it fit to compress all of the souls into one conceptual vessel for his collection. You. All those voices silenced inside of that coffin. It must feel dreadful. The architect, founder of this dimensional interstice? Mysterious. That is all I can say, really. He is usually spectating the little ant maze below, watching with curious, malicious eyes as the carnage ensues. Nothing can really die here, not that we know at least, so the architect can have his fun again and again. Sounds like a sadistic person. Thing. Being.
Architect sounds like a dick.
How about you, brain in a jar? Once I was made of flesh. That is a long time ago. I would rather not speak of it. It is really quite embarrassing. All you need to know is that I am Kugla, and I am here because that is the way things are. Midnight Station, one of the few things here not constructed by the architect. The Midnight Station is one of the many veins that whispers through all dimensions and all universes. It is a constant acting as a kind of gateway between realms unknown to us. Of course, the architect sealed it completely shut. Of course. The seal? It is a simple prospect that the architect informed all of the older residents of this location. Should 9 portions of it, you could call them keys if you want, gather at the platform, then the terminus opens and any resident may leave this place. It has never happened, though. The reason why
Until now!
Until now? Question mark. The reason why no one has ever left this place? No one can trust each other. We have our reasons. They have their own. The end result is several dangerous constructs and things holding a portion of it which are too selfish or too paranoid to share. I think there's a fable that details it further, but I have forgotten it sadly. What's this shimmering object? That thing down there? That is one reason why we cannot die here. It is quantum. It will take whatever atoms formed you and de-entropy their state to bring you back here relatively unscathed. There are others, of course, but here is safe at least. Ask about tax returns.
Mm-hmm.
The tax returns are just visiting. They are another existential constant, and they terrify even the architect.
Amazing.
They are here counting numbers and calculating, but there is no way you would be able to understand them. I hear they are using outsourced human shadows for their process, though I doubt they could even see, let alone speak to you. It is a deposit of any useful or useless item in existence. Erasers, nuclear bombs, emotional concepts given form, all that kind of stuff. You know, the usual. People who have delved into such things end up going crazy in those corridors. I would be cautious, at the very least. The guilt machine. Such a sad tale that thing has. It used to be a person, just like us. Their species could not hold on to their own guilt and feelings of shame by themselves, so they cast it upon the guilt machine. Eventually the guilt consumed it as it bloated and bulged into the blimp-like thing you see now. It has not moved at all since arriving here. Catering halls. The catering halls used to be a place where people could gather food whenever they wanted it, but with the nature of this place, people would often find clones, duplicates or fakes of themselves, and it became overcrowded. You can guess what they do with the overflow now. Thus the catering halls became what it is now, drowning in offal.
Ugh.
Awful?
Offal is the term for the parts of animals that you basically, most people would not want to eat, but for some reason some people decided, hey, let's cook with this. Like brains and tongues and intestines and the like. It's, yeah.
Of course.
So, awful.
I used to walk through that place before my previous carrier ceased to exist. The gardens are ripe with extinct plants and flowers, and many of the residents used to live there. I recall us walking up 4 paces before taking a left for 2 more, then proceeding down. Oh boy, should I remember this? Walking up 4 paces, up 4, left 2, down once, right past the hanging tree. It was our favorite route. You should probably remember that.
Thanks, Jarbrain.
This guy's probably gonna be one of the few helpful people here.
Probs.
Incubator.
Oh god.
The incubator is some horrible combination of a dead eldritch abomination and the hospital wards of a dying world that the architecture preserved here. It is an unsafe place, finding a way into the savage gardens and corrupting it greatly. Bubbles! Fucking bubbles!
Bubbles!
It only appeared very recently. The architect was looking into converting that dimensional void into a swimming pool, last I heard. It is a dark place from far below. Things are not as they seem there, and one false step can lead you into the abyss, never to return. Ashen Fields. A sad place. Nothing lives. There, not anymore at least. Someone moved in the cabin recently, spending their days wasting away there. A terrible tragedy must have happened to cause the perpetual winter, rendering it a husk of what it once was. I have never heard of that place before. I am sorry. I am afraid I will not be able to help you with that. Or abstract. Anything that stays there for too long gets warped beyond recognition. Flesh becomes stone, a hand may become a table, and thoughts can crack your skull open to turn it into a flower. It is not a nice place, to say the least. Okay, well thank you very much, Kukla. You're very helpful.
We like you, Brain Jar.
Alright, let me continue the manual here. So purpose is maximum harm, clarity is minimum harm, so I'm assuming we do damage somewhere in between that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagery is the rate of fire, resolve handles the amount of abuse one can handle. Having more resolve will push your chances of survival much higher in the architecture, so defense-ish? Recover. This handles recovery from abuse with each passing second. Healing one's wounds will allow one to survive for much longer. Okay, so do we slowly regenerate health? Maybe?
Perhaps.
Fervor. This handles the maximum amount of guilt lifted from one's being. Removing higher guilt will allow one to burden heavier weapons without as much loss to one's overall movement speed. I'm still not quite understanding what guilt is. Removing higher guilt. Passing. This handles how quickly one can move within the architecture. Okay. Being swift of foot allows simpler escape from the hostile entities inhabiting these halls. So new? Subsist. This handles the rate at which one recovers stamina. Using weapons can be exhausting, and exhaustion can lead to death should you not be able to defend yourself. So we have stamina too? This is pretty complicated, actually. Hyaline. This handles the rate at which one phases through existence. One takes much less abuse the longer one phases in and out of reality. What? Point of safety. Confess your experiences to this in the bathroom break facility. Any and all atrocities you've committed will be condensed into your being to better yourself. Okay, let's see what else. Weapons, armors, artifacts, and other trinkets. A quick note to all collectors of trinkets. All trinkets are stored in the order one has collected them. Duplicate trinkets will also not be stored. Items can also be collected via touching them with your weapons. Thanks for understanding. Weapons by default, one can only project their thoughts through a physical form of harm. This projection, as we tend to refer to it, will keep you relatively unscathed. Many more thoughts and fragments lie around, thirsting for blood and a worthy wielder. Weapons will not display their properties to the wielder, so you must experiment to discover how each can benefit oneself. So, trial and error. Armors. People, beasts, creatures, concepts, and infinite other things have come into the architecture, quite often leaving behind traces of their civilizations. Placing oneself into any one of these objects will greatly alter one's status in various ways. Artifacts. Artifacts like armors may also be junctioned into one's being to alter their status in various ways. Artifacts tend to convey stronger emotions and should be handled with much more thought and care, lest they be your end. Okay. So be careful what you equip on yourself. It. Whatever form it takes in your mind, we would suggest forgetting about it. The architect has not quite gotten around to cleaning these up, and as a result they lie scattered and in the hands of many. Do not bother asking them about it. Most importantly, do not bring them to the Midnight Station for questioning. The architect is currently handling this affair and wishes to not be disturbed. Summoning Circle. Scattered remnants of greater entities that dwell in the architecture. They can often be heard calling out for something. It is inadvisable to find objects that call back. These greater entities request privacy, and the architect takes no responsibility for whatever may occur if they are disturbed. So if I remember, summoning circles are basically boss fights. So it's like La Mulana-esque in that we need to find an item that lets us boss fight.
Hmm.
Is basically how I take that. I'm not sure about the it, though. The it might be the things that we need in order to summon them. I am not sure.
Shrug, question mark.
There's a bunch of... I'll read the areas when we get to them. Also, okay, here's a quick fact. Many of you have questions for the architect, and we have tried our best to convey his thoughts to you for assistance in navigating the architecture. Q. I have committed an atrocity and an object was left behind, but when I checked my inventory, nothing new has shown up. A. Any duplicate items cannot be stored within your inventory, and the architect assures you that you have not been cheated or swindled. Why I'm not seeing a summoning circle? I wish not to disobey the rules, but I'm curious what they look like. The architect once again advises against searching these out. To call out to these entities would only invite disaster and disrupt the architecture. If you see a circle, under no circumstances, step inside. I keep perishing, only to find myself at the point of safety. Did I make a wrong decision in my travels? Some areas of the architecture house more vicious citizens than others. If you wish to witness certain things with your own eyes, it's possible to increase your experiences by committing atrocities and then confess them to the point of safety. So we have to actually spend our experience points. My entity still can't cope with the abuse it's receiving. Help me. While it's rather amusing to watch one suffer, trying different weapons, armors, and artifacts combinations can often be the key to witnessing more of the architecture. I have accidentally grabbed an it and cannot defend myself. What do I do? Perish. Then it will return to its natural location. Do not touch it again. The architect will deal with them in due time. Do not bring it to the platform. Do not bring it to the architect. That is all. Okay. So that was the readme. Let's actually get this show on the road now. Sorry about that long-winded introduction, but I'm sure it's important. It's just that kind of game. Okay. That looks like the gardens. Oh god, tax returns.
No, not taxes, anything but that.
Anything but that. Whoa. I'm floating. It's a little difficult
The
to
only
tell.
thing is inevitable is death.
It's hard to tell where I can go and not. Whoa. Okay, he's shooting at me.
No.
Can I kill it? I'm having problems. My range is not very good. Holy cow. I died.
Oh no.
Well. It's platform 9. Can we enter?
Perhaps you can only enter with it.
Whatever it is. Let's try the gardens instead. Yeah, my rapid fire is not very good. I can only fire in 8 directions as well. Whoa, hey, scissors. Not cool. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
No. Oh god.
Ow, I got
Oh god, hedge clips.
Alright, this is sure a game.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh god. Wow, I immediately die on contact.
Tax returns, man.
Tax returns. Okay. I think our best bet was the ways where there's like books and stuff.
Maybe you can just ignore the book.
I got him. So let's see. Okay, so... I'm still not sure what these sidebar things left, LR, and then these little symbols are. Oh, it must be what I'm armed with. I don't have anything to equip at the moment, though. I have overalls on. That's all I have. Tattered overalls that were well loved and worn by someone almost certainly daily. It is a simple pair of overalls with a small frayed hole where the right knee used to be. One of the buttons seems to be missing and a pocket has been removed. Oh, okay. These actually do a better job of summoning. Increases maximum damage, increases minimum damage, increases weapon fire rate, increases maximum equipment burden. I guess that means how heavy my equipment is, basically. I'm holding one thing. Like, I think the overalls are like one. So I can't hold too much at the moment. Resolve increases maximum health. Recover increases health regain. Passing increases move speed. Increases energy regain. And Hylian increases invincibility duration. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Wow, more books.
No, look out for literature.
Okay, I got one. Whoa. This is kind of hard. Okay, there we go. Ooh, I got some good experiences though. Maybe I should head back and see if I can raise anything. Oh god, they respawn. Of course they respawn.
Oh no. Of course.
Yeah, okay, fine. I can't do anything. I guess I need 250 to get to the next level? Alright. Anyway, I'm just gonna save that. This really does feel like you'd be playing it on DOS, though.
It does.
Please stop firing letters at me. That's very rude.
So rude.
I need to kind of shimmy around a bit or I'll get hit. Trial, hi! I know it's been a while since I streamed. We're playing the Midnight Station. Oh god, alligators.
Oh god.
Oh god, they exploded! Oh god, it exploded!
Oh my god, why are alligators explosive?
We do not live here anymore. We do not live here anymore. Oh, hey, I think I got something.
Oh boy. Prizes.